Welcome to the DonorWise Learning Library. This session is on resolving duplicate contacts, or what to do when you have two contacts in your database that are actually the same person. There's many reasons why this could happen, so this is not a complete list, just one of the many reasons why it could happen. Number one, staff members sometimes submit a gift from a person that they say is a new donor, which is maybe a new donor to them, but who was already a donor to the ministry in the past. Number two, sometimes a donor moves and appears like a new donor in your list because they have a different address. This is especially common in countries where you have last names that are very common among people. Number three, sometimes a donor uses a different name, like a nickname. Number four, sometimes a donor gives with a new payment method, such as giving a new gift by the bank instead of a check. Number five, sometimes the name was entered incorrectly originally, and so it does not appear as a duplicate when added in the future. Number six, sometimes a donor gets married and changes their name. Number seven, sometimes when you're entering a donor, you don't check to see if it exists already, or you skip the duplicate alert, sometimes accidentally. Number eight, if you have an old database that you imported into DonorWise, it's very possible that there were duplicates in there because old systems often did not check very effectively for duplicates. And number nine, sometimes a donor becomes a staff member or the other way around, and they are entered as separate people. DonorWise does not require that. In fact, in DonorWise, a person can be a donor and a staff member or designation at the same time with the same contact ID. Now, there are a couple things that are not duplicates. For one, if an individual gives through his business, that would be two separate contacts, one person and one organization. And number two, sometimes a husband and wife choose to give separately, so they're both valid donor accounts, valid and active. In resolving duplicates, we do what in DonorWise is called relating two contacts together. You can actually have multiple contacts related together. But if you have past donations from a particular donor that had the wrong contact ID, you may want to correct those past gifts. And we're not going to touch on that here. You can look at the corrections video to learn how to do that. So let's give a quick example in DonorWise. We have a contact whose name is Tweety Bird. He was a single person, or rather single bird, who has been a donor to our ministry in the past. Well, then he got married and he moved to a new address and then gave another gift. So with a new address and a spouse's name on there, it just didn't seem like the same person. Let's see how this looks in DonorWise. So here are these two contacts, Tweety Bird and Tweety and Sing Song Bird, Mrs. Tweety Bird. And what we want to do is combine them together. The way we do this is we select the Donor tab for the contact that we do not want to be active anymore, and we press the button called Redirect Activity. And then we type in the name of the contact we want to connect it to. So I'm going to type the last name again, and there's Bird. Notice that his own name does not appear in the search box because that's the one we've already selected. So I'm going to select the contact, the married contact, and click OK. And when I do that, it now says this donor is no longer an active donor, but instead the activity is redirected to Tweety and Sing Song Bird. And then here's the list of related contacts. So Tweety Bird is grayed out because it's not active, and then this one is not grayed out because it is active. Now real quick, let me show you actually how this does occur when we enter contributions. Tweety Bird's contact ID is 11494. So if I was entering a gift for him, watch what happens when I enter 11494 as the donor. 11494. Now when I tab out of here, watch what happens. As soon as I did that, it automatically redirected it to the correct designation, which is 10299. And so the donor's receipt will actually show the new contact ID, not the old one. And the staff member, when they download the gift, it'll show the new donor ID, the new couple, and not the one that it was given. But our records will reflect which designation it was actually given to. So that's how we resolve duplicates in DonorWise. You can also read more instructions about this in the DonorWise Help Manual. I hope that's been helpful to you.